are in the parking lot of the Scrubbed Hospital, and this is a memorial wall. It's a little known fact that all the plaques on this wall are actually crew members' dead dogs. So,
in the tradition of Rowdy.
In the tradition of Rowdy, yes. Thanks, Richard.
For comedy.
So, we have Sparky, and who belongs to Don, who's our construction foreman. And we have Sherman Winston, who is Randall's dog, no longer with us, before Stella. And what else? Who else we have here? We have
Sydney, who came in on a timely end.
Yes, Paul, who is an AD with us in other seasons past. And there you go. Here's the memorial wall. This is outside the sliding glass doors in the parking lot. Scrubs.
Season 4.
The wall went up in the middle of season 3.
It goes out the end of each year.
Yes.
We're hoping not to add to it.
Yes, we are hoping not to add to it. And then as we turn, the noise that you hear is coming from the motor from the Condor that we use to light through the window on the 4th floor.
So when it's like 2 in the morning and we're shooting, it can actually look like we're shooting daylight inside.
Exactly. And you're going to have to speak up, otherwise nobody's going to be able to hear you.
It's not a huge loss.
So, episode 505, My Way Home. We dug a hole in the parking lot that was right here. It's about 12 feet by about 8 feet. And then a little bit further down, we dug another hole that's about 6 foot. And they were both about 5-6 feet deep. Then we lined them in plastic. And
you said how deep they were, right?
Yeah, about 6
What's this
6
weed
feet
stuff?
deep.
It was Jim Oliveri.
The proverbial weed. Jim Oliveri Construction.
Well, you were there with a shovel,
first,
right, Franklin?
Yeah. First they had to call out power and light to make sure that there were no cables buried in either of the holes. We'll go back to the other hole. And then Jim had plastic liners made, so we lined the holes. And then we put filtered water in for the actors. And there we go. And then there we go. And what else we do? Oh, and so we had, in the episode, we had a stunt guy ride in on a scooter. He disappeared into this hole that was full of water. And then we imagined, as the camera panned across, that Zach was going underwater. And then Zach was hiding in this hole where he popped up on cue. And the big problem was cueing him because he couldn't hear us with a bullhorn, he couldn't hear us screaming. And it wasn't until I smacked on the ground with a hammer that he could hear that, and that was his cue to pop up. So,
and people who think it's a visual effect, it was not. It was real time, real acting, real holes in the pavement.
You're all pain in the ass if you're trying to park in the parking lot.
We also had to level the parking lot so that the water, because right here it's hard to tell, but you have the perspective, it's sort of on a slant. So the water wouldn't rush out of the hole and leave a high side. They had to first level the parking lot. So they brought in a blacktop crew, Jim Oliveri, and they leveled this area. You can sort of see the corners where they leveled it.
They also had a huge water truck out there that was spraying down the asphalt to make it look like it had just rained.
Right.
Franklin! Oh, what the?
One of the other pluses, this was the same episode where Zach did his famous Stratocrane shot, which was positioned over these holes on metal, I think 6 or 8 foot decking, and we had to straddle these holes and still do that shot during the same week.
You want to say something?
And I'm wearing...
These are my feet.
Yes.
Shoes.
Those are Brian's feet.
Nice.
Those are Richard's feet. That was Richard Wells.
That's nice shoes, Richard.
And these are Liz's feet.
Yes, I'd say where it was, but it's probably...
These are my
close, but I won't hurt the block.
Jared.
Oh, Jared.
Oh, those
Jared's
are cool,
here.
too.
Whatever happened to the moped?
Moped. Did we get rid of that one? I'm not sure.
We crashed it and we shot it
Probably
up.
shot full of
Yeah. Oh, we shot it full of bullet holes in another episode. Yeah. It's over there somewhere. I'm sure they could take the camera over there
We're
and
going to
see
set
it.
it on fire or something.
We have 3 mopeds, I think now. Two of them run. One of them is beautiful, one of them is and one of them is trashed.
Yeah. World famous scooter, and after we've done more damage to it, this was the episode where Zach pulled up to a convenience store and Erstwhile robber ran out of the store, took cover, and got fired at by the police. They fired about 500 bullets. So we took our little scooter, as you see here, and we gave it to our trusty special effects people who put squibs in, which are small charges. And the way that works is you drill a hole into the surface of the bike, as they did here. You lay in a small explosive charge, which is called a squib. Then you cover it, and you paint it to match the body of whatever you're shooting. And then on cue, with electrical wire and an electrical charge, the squib is triggered, it fires off, and it looks like a bullet hit. And as you can see, we laid a lot of squibs on this little bike. But we're keeping it around because we can still wreck it. So we haven't figured out what we're going to do yet. That's up to the writers.
So that scene took like 20 seconds on screen tops. How long did it take to film that one?
Almost half a day, right? About a third of a day, half a day. Yeah, about 4 or 5 hours.
All right.
This mural is from episode 504, directed by Rick Blue, my Jiggly Ball. And this came from a still photo shoot. We actually brought in background to pose for the picture. It was taken digitally, and then we ran into some difficulties, didn't we, Brian?
We ran into a lot of difficulties. I think problem reading the format, and then we had to go down to the place we rented the camera and get them to put it on CD for us.
And it was a lot of pressure because we probably needed it for the next day.
Didn't we return the card that had the pictures on it with the camera?
I believe that was the case. And also, please take note of where the spout is strategically placed on this mural.
No.
It's purely a coincidence. It's purely an accident.
I wonder how that happened.
It's an accident because what happened was when they were lining up this right edge, we got with the director because the original plan was to have that edge right along the edge of the building. And then they decided to have a little piece of the set for when Zach's sitting on the steps. So they moved it over, and as luck would have it, they moved it over just enough that it ended up where it is.
I think the word luck is thrown around a lot when planning could be used.
There was also a scene that was written for this that was taken out of the script.
That's right. In this latest episode, there was a...
Was that taken out?
Yes, it was cut out.
Someone turning the spigot and
that's right.
having a drink.
Zach was thirsty.
Yes.
And if you take a look at the doctor, that was originally Ken Jenkins. It is Ken Jenkins, but what they did was they took a face of another gentleman and
Susan Bowles took that and
digitally put it on exactly
Ken's
so
body.
it looks like it is another person. When actuality, it is Ken Jenkins, who plays Dr. Kelso.
it's nice work by Susan.
Okay, here's the ramp that you've seen probably all of our cast members at one time or another enter Sacred Heart Hospital through the glass sliding doors, as Brian will attempt to do this stunt right now. Oh, look at that. And then off to the right is our ramp, which many a crazy antic has taken place on. At the bottom of our ramp, we usually stage our basketball scenes. And then we use a truck to hide the blue generator that you see up ahead. We had a kooky stunt of a wheelchair going down the stairs.
And also, Rob Macchio, who plays the Todd, and Donald Faison had a great
the
ninja kung fu scene out here.
Exactly.
Season 5.
They had to reinforce that awning so they could do the jump kick from it.
Yeah,
That's right.
we've had our janitor up there holding the TV set, ready to bounce on someone. We've had a few people drop from this canopy.
Zach's been tackled over that before, I think.
And we've had Elliot skate up here at high speed, I guess I think it was this season, jumping over a gurney and skating up this ramp.
Up this ramp.
And as Liz said, we've had people roll backwards in a wheelchair.
I believe it was first season where Zach was a wrestler in a fantasy also. Was that
yeah.
first season?
Right over there, the Randy Savage.
Right over here.
Right here at his feet.
And there you go.
Zach pushed Donald into those bushes there.
This bush right here.
That was the Head of Graham episodes.
And that wall over by the basketball courts, we've run Zach in a scooter into it. We ran a van into it, blown it up.
That's right.
And a number of things, that wall is still standing.
We're in better condition than the rest of the hospital.
You even taped Elliot today.
And here we go. And stay tuned for part 2 of our tour. You'll have to wait for next week to get the tour of the first floor. Anything else, anyone?
Sure. address that we
Down.
can send money to?
Okay, see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.